What's going on? Back to the kind of vloggy style videos this go around. I've been putting it off for a long time, but I got to go to the data center and reboot the router. While I was at it, I figured I might as well show you guys what the router is, because I get questions about it all the time. So away we go. I've been talking to a CenturyLink salesperson. They work in, hey, Z-Bro, what up, yo? I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Nope, sorry. They work with businesses exclusively, I think, about getting hooked up at my house. Again, that's the dream. Then you don't have to worry about the whole backhaul shot and all that crap. And they can do it. The dilemma that I have, though, is it's $1,200 a month for 5 years because it's a build out. They have to run cable and, actually build out to you. Or $1,600 a month for 3 years. Now, the money I'm not super worried about. $1,600 a month, sure, it's roughly double what I'm paying now, but it could be very well worth it. What I am concerned about is the contract, the commitment, the obligation. Hell, I could be dead in 5 years for all I know. Same thing for 3 years. That's, better, but still, like, what if we had to move or some shit? I'm rolling the idea around. I could have it done at my house, which would be awesome, or I could have it run out to the relay house. I should be picking up a shed in a few days, actually. It should be delivered Friday, I believe. If all goes as planned. I could have it run there, which would be cool. That's actually better than at my house even because of where they're at. I would still need to use them to get to my subscribers up north of the relay house, even if it was at my house, if the connection itself was at my house. So either way, I would kind of have to use the relay house anyway. I already have a shed on the way. I have that concrete slab at their place. Kind of thinking it'd be best to have it hooked up there. But the thing is, I hear you, Hellcat, go away. I swear, see those damn things all over the place. But having it hooked up there, in my little shed, that might not be a bad idea. That might work pretty well. If I did the 3 year, $1,600 a month, it's like pros and cons, Yeah, you get rid of the backhaul shot, and speeds get a lot better, and you can hook up basically as many people as I want. I'd be able to hook up as many as I want for the most part, but it's a lot more expensive. The cost wouldn't matter after I got hooked up however many. I would basically just be hitting the big reset button on the break-even point. I would no longer be making money until I got however many more people hooked up. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. All right, just got here. Time to run in and do some router things. This should be relatively straightforward, knock on wood. Oh, this is new. Okay, I don't know if anyone's here. Guess not. So, time to go make a phone call. Yay, fun. All right, quick little phone call and we're good to go. God, shit's beeping and all kinds of, ugh. I haven't been in here in months, so this changed quite a bit. Just beeping. That's annoying. A whole bunch more racks in here. Well, not really. They just kind of scooted them down. But yeah, anyway, So basics, what is a router? A router creates networks. Switches work on layer 2, routers work on layer 3. OSI model, I'll put it over here so it makes sense to you. Routers create networks, switches just tie machines together. You can kind of think of it like that, doing this Super Barney style. Now, as far as routers go, you can run whatever the hell you want. There's 1,000 different ways you could do it. You could run one of these, or one of these, or I mean, theoretically, even one of these if you wanted, I guess. I don't see why not. John chose to run this. It's a Dell PowerEdge R620. It's just a server. What's running on it is an operating system called Untangle. Untangle is a OS completely dedicated to routing, mostly. Kind of an odd way of doing it, yes. Why he decided to do this instead of the myriad other things that he could have went with, I don't know. I think he probably just had it laying around and was like, this'll work, because it works. We're running fiber here, so it has to be able to accept fiber, which it can. Fiber comes into the router. Router on this side of the router is the public IP. On this side is my network. Think of it that way. So out, which would really be one of those, into a switch, and then from the switch goes out to the radio, out to your hosts, out to a wireless access point, if you want, which is what this is right here. Little Ubiquiti, whatever the hell that thing's called. The router creates your network. What you do with it from then is kind of up to you. One of the main reasons I came here today was the GUI interface on the router has frozen. So I can't get in there and do anything. What we need to do is reboot the router. And being as it's early-ish on a Monday, hopefully not too many people are gonna be bothered by me resetting the damn router, but I gotta do it. I've been putting it off for a long time. So, John said that if you plug a monitor into here and your keyboard and stuff into here, it will, it still has an interface locally. The web-based GUI freezes, not necessarily because the router still works. It's just a matter of you can't access it through the internet. Kind of like the server froze, or the web-based server for the operating system itself has died. But if you plug into it, supposedly it'll work, so let's give it a shot. Plugged into it real quick, nice and simple. You literally just plug the shit in. It's not rocket science. What I'm seeing is it's a VMware host. Apparently he's running Untangle in a VM, I guess. I don't know what the hell he did, but I'm gonna shoot him a message real quick and make sure that this is the right thing. I noticed there's like 2 blades on that thing, and I don't want to reboot the wrong one and screw up his shit. So I'm gonna shoot him a message and make sure. Stand by. Yeah, see, I switched to the other server. I was plugged into this one, and I asked him, and he's like, the other one. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm in this one now. Yay, fun. But I plugged in, and it's just a bunch of weird gibberish shit. I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, just hold the power button. All right. I'm like, this bitch is gonna come back up, right? He's like, router OS is pretty hard to kill, so okay. I hate doing this on a work day, on a weekday, but I've been putting it off for so damn long that it's like, you know, it should only be down theoretically, it boots up in a minute or 2, maybe. It shouldn't be down very long, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess. All right, so here goes nothing. Bonk, and then turn it back on. Thank you. Oh, the light came back on. That's good. This should boot up and not be a royal pain in the ass. Please just start back up. Please, I beg of you. This is one reason why getting a dedicated actual router, is not really a bad idea, because you don't have to deal with wonky shit like this. But a lot of people have hardware laying around already, which is why I think he did it this way, is because he had that server laying around already. A lot of us have hardware laying around, like I got my server right there, I could run this on that too. You just grab whatever hardware you have laying around, you throw a fiber NIC in it, and there you go. If I'm not mistaken, the operating system itself is free, so you don't have to pay for that. All of the disks from your previous configuration are gone. If this is an unexpected message, then please power off your system and check your cables to ensure, where is it? To ensure all disks are present. Fantastic. Awesome. So, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Turn that off. Turn it back on again, because that's what it said. It said, make sure all your disks are present. And reboot if they are. And they are. So please work. I beg of you, please work. Please. I hate messing with stuff. I really do. Because it never fails. It's going to break. Something's not going to work the way you expect it to work. There's always going to be some issue with it. The more you monkey around with shit, the more likely you are to break it. Exhibit A. We're booting back up again. No supported device found. Invalid SAS address present in MFC data. Please program valid SAS address and restart your system. Great. So this is the level of hell that I'm in now. It likes to boot loop. This is why once you get something up and running, leave it the hell alone. This is what it does. This is all just Dell BIOS garbage. It likes to go, it'll do that, and I'll do this. That one error apparently is just a normal Dell thing. I called John like, what the hell is this? Saying the disks aren't there. You just skip it and it's supposed to work. I'm like, fantastic. That's cool. So, invalid SAS address. I mean, that's cool, right? Whatever. It goes past that. And then this is the one that I was like, what the hell? Well, if you just hit a button, it finds the JBOD. JBOD is just a bunch of disks or just a bunch of drives. It's like the opposite of RAID. And apparently Dell BIOS just loves RAID so much that it tries to RAID no matter what. So yeah, it's chugging right along. It takes forever, just like all the other damn servers in the world. Servers always take ages to reboot. It's pretty on par as far as that goes. So booting and booting and booting. And if you can see it, the little green light right here, that means the monitor's on. It means it's getting signal in. Well, it'll turn orange. That means no signal, no power. It goes to sleep. And you got initializing firmware, whatever. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time too. Try booting Untangle into safe mode. Maybe that'll work. Because at this point, I don't even care about the GUI working. I just need the bitch to pass traffic. John's on his way over with a spare router, like an actual router. So we might swap out to that one. Especially, well, I can't get this to work. It's definitely going to be that one. But we might swap out to that one in general anyway. Because this damn thing has been... It gave me a bunch of problems, and then it didn't, and now it is again. So, fool me once, that whole thing? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Collecting, whatever. Hurry up. And of course my phone is exploding now. I got text messages out the freaking wazoo. Okay, so we're gonna do, this is normal, and then you have safe video mode, kernel video mode, hardware safe mode, text administration mode. Let's do, I don't know what the difference is between safe video mode and kern video mode. kernel video mode, I guess. And this, I don't know, let's try that. Try the hardware safe mode. See what happens. As long as it passes traffic. I don't care what else it does. Just pass traffic. Then we can get the other router. What the hell? Rebooting automatically due to kernel something. Fan-fucking-tastic, right? This is what it does when you just try to boot it normally. The splash screen comes up all frickin' sideways and shit. And the little progress bar, yep, well, boink, reboot. Fantastic. And now my stupid ass phone isn't even getting internet. I'm on towers, for God's sake. John messages me, he's on his way, bringing a router to switch out. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, do you have a laptop there? I'm like, no, not, I mean, I have my old one. Like, hope I can get the damn thing to boot, because he doesn't have one. He didn't bring one with him. And this damn thing is ancient. And I don't know what it's doing. I put the password in, and it's been sitting here for like 3 minutes. So, yeah, fun. John's here. This is what John got to do a couple days ago. The joys of the WISP life. Yeah, someone decided to cut his cables and then stuff them back up in the pipe. Fantastic, huh?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do after my wife's birthday dinner at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Well, it was a birthday dinner, so
yeah,
kind of goes without saying.
But this bitch finally booted, and we got new router, actual router. Yay, real dedicated hardware.
Edge router 12.
Grumble.
Yeah. Emails like, hey, people are DDoSing us with this.
Yeah.
Or other stuff, but
well,
that hasn't been a problem in a long time. So
step one, the router has to work.
yeah.
It can give you all the cool little notification emails in the world. If the damn thing is as reliable as a frickin' Yugo, I don't really care. Hope you got a frickin'...
Both fiber.
I know, but you don't have the, whatever the hell the thing's called. Aha! There's one. So these are SFPs. You need one of these because on the router, they go in there. Small form factor pluggable, and there's different kinds. So if you're working with fiber, make sure you get the right damn kind.
SM or MM.
Yeah, SM, MM. This one is, I don't know.
Multi-mode, so MM.
Okay. Yep. Where the hell do you see that? Oh, yeah, multi-mode. Okay. So that goes in like that. And pop out the little rubber thing. And you take your fiber without breaking it, I hope. Yep, there we go. Come to daddy. Yeah, like that kind of beautiful. Okay, so now
I'll pull up control panel, see what IP you're pulling. I might have something configured on here, so we don't have to do everything from scratch.
I can't believe this computer still works. Like,
hey, we got an IP, so I have something configured on it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well then, switch the cables over and just toss it over there.
Well,
and
we
still
need to set the static IP.
Well, yeah, I know, but no. I see what it's doing. Yeah, never mind. Come on, bitch. Open up. Here, you do it. I'm videoing.
Control R. Okay.
Priorities. It's not the fastest machine in the world anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of just to stuff it in the cabinet and use it when absolutely necessary.
I think it's something to do with the storage on it. It's just so ancient old that it just doesn't work anymore. Barely. So to configure these, unlike Ubiquiti stuff that you have to adopt and all that shit, you just go to your gateway IP. That's it. And it pops up, and there you go. The Ubiquiti, which ones is it that has the damn adopt thing, the
Unify.
The Unify, yeah,
The
that's it.
USGs.
Yeah, anything Unify you have to adopt and install a program for and all kinds of stupid shit. I hate it. I do not recommend it to anybody. Because this, you see how easy that was to get in there? Boom, done. If this was a Unify switch, we'd still be monkeying around with software with no way to download it.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible, stupid, stupid way of doing it. So we got, oh yeah, ping it. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so progress. These switches or routers rather, are infinitely more easy to configure than those other janky ass Unify shit.
Yes.
But yeah, a little bit more to go. Stand by. New router's in there. We just got to run some cables and everyone will be back up. This damn thing froze. So what we're gonna do is plug the little access point into the router and we can finish up the configuration like that. It doesn't need much, but yeah, I'm trying to keep stuff short because my battery's about to die on the camera. So yeah, stand by. I just found out the fiber comes in and goes into this switch up here. Then it goes down to a router and then back up to a switch, which you can do that. That's fine. Like, it works. You can daisy chain as many switches together as you want. It really doesn't make any difference. What does matter is routers, because like I said earlier, routers create networks. So going switch to router to switch, it works, but I didn't know it was hooked up that way. He just told me. Because this, when I started, it looked nothing like this. I go back to the old videos, it's hilarious. There's all kinds of random shit in here. I don't even know where half the shit is anymore. John came in and fucked everything up. Dick.
I was getting external IPs.
What we ended up doing was resetting this switch because it had VLANs on it before. And we were having trouble connecting to this, to get into that, to configure this. And see, that's why I always tell people, simpler is better. The more crazy shit you do, like VLANs and routing protocols and all kinds of weird shit, the more complicated it is and the harder it is to fix when shit breaks. And shit will break. No matter what you do, no matter what you think, shit will break. He ran out to the car. He's gonna see if he has a MikroTik makes a little tiny access point. It's about this big, but it only runs off of PoE. So if he has a power injector in the car and the little access point, we can not use this one. The thing with Ubiquiti stuff, if you don't turn the setting off on their access points, if it loses WAN connection, you can't connect to it anymore. It's incredibly annoying for people trying to use them as like diagnostic stuff. My access point at home does the same damn thing, and when I was first starting out, it was infuriating. The network would go down, or I'd lose connection or whatever, and I couldn't log into anything anymore. Like, my radio's nothing. I had to go plug into the switch directly. A huge pain in the ass. So another downside to Ubiquiti's frickin' things, if you don't turn that setting off, it's a pain in the ass. Okay, I just saw you put IPs in, so is it worky?
My Wi-Fi freaking stays. Alright, Google, fix something. If you connect to Wi-Fi and it doesn't have internet, it should not disconnect.
Mine doesn't do that. Hashtag Samsung Life.
Look, Samsung. I fixed way too many of their screens.
Well, you mean replaced their screen? Because
yeah.
Because you can't. Super AMOLED in general, you can't.
Yeah.
Glass breaks, you're toast.
Yeah.
Like that. I assume it's just a screen protector.
No, I ran it over.
Okay, well, there's that. He went out and got this thing, which looks like a smoke detector, but it's actually an access point, by a company called Ingenious. I've never heard of them. So far, it's not working a whole lot better than that one.
This one is just my phone.
Your phone's being a whore.
Yeah, see, when it doesn't see internet, it disconnects automatically. See, connecting.
Saved. Yeah.
No internet. And then it... Which... Let me reboot this real quick. Because...
It should have internet though, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because I saw you put in the interface.
Yep. Just reboot it real quick because I changed the IP to the 10.10.1.
Yeah.
So maybe the router needs to rebuild its tables. So like, too much changing.
Hopefully. We got that configured and we were like, why isn't it working? There's a switch on the roof that had VLANs on it like this one did. We cleared that one, but we forgot, oh yeah, it's got to be the one on the roof then. So after 20 minutes of monkeying around with programs and apps and web browsers and IPs and shit, finally it works. So
it turns out modern Android phones don't like being on a Wi-Fi without internet. They keep disconnecting.
some of them do. Mine works fine. It tells you, hey, there is no connection. Do you want to switch or do you want to stay connected? You can tell it stay connected and it works. He has a Pixel 3a and it...
No, just Pixel 3.
Or a Pixel 3 rather.
I don't have the cheap one.
And it just says no. So, again, I say keep things simple. As simple as you can. The opposite of this. The simpler the better, for real. So now we're running a Ubiquiti Edge Router 12. These are, I mean, they're good routers.
They replaced the Edge Router 8. So the Edge Router 8 was kind of like one of the normal Ubiquiti routers you see in data centers. There's a few other ones in this room.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple in here actually. Ironically enough, the guy next to me is actually running Security Gateway 4, the one that I started out with. Yeah. But
here's two Edge Router Pro 8s.
Yeah,
two of them.
There's an Edge router right there, an Edge router right there. The Pro 8 ones that he was just talking about. So, yeah.
So the 12 replaced those.
I think the 12 is actually the one that I used in my How Much Does a WISP Cost, if I'm not mistaken, because they're not super expensive and they work well. So we're back.
They still route at a gigabit.
Yeah. So we're back at a dedicated router, like actual router.
This one.
So tell the people why you went with that freaking thing. I was like, maybe it was just something he had laying around, but he mentioned some other reason.
So I tried an Edge router in the beginning to get external IPs routed to our customers, so that way they weren't double natted. But as soon as I did that, I had Brent calling me, "What are you doing?" Because it turns out as soon as I put up that VLAN, those external IPs, people started DDoSing the shit out of that IP block. I don't know who used the IP block before. Obviously they pissed off somebody. So our internet would go up and then down and then up and then down. Turns out we're getting DDoSed. The Edge router doesn't have a good way of mitigating that. So I went with this Dell server.
With Untangled.
With Untangled on it, because if we didn't request that traffic, it just drops it. And every time that it registers we're getting DDoS, sends us an email, so that way we know exactly what's going on, what IPs are attacking the block, and all those things. So Edge routers don't have that feature.
Yeah, so that's why we were running Untangled.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that shit. It was a while ago, and yeah, like all of a sudden the network would just stop working, then it'd work again, then it'd stop, then it'd work. Yeah, it has some logging capabilities that other stuff doesn't have. So, I mean, if you need that kind of thing, then yeah, you can do that. But you run the risk of this. I mean, we could run it on less janky hardware, maybe.
And mine are my servers are still newer than your unraid ones, and a lot newer than this one.
Mine work. That's Juan's. This is Juan's server.
Yeah.
It just runs like Plex. It doesn't do much. And these are Gen 8s, so they're not like super ancient, but they're pretty old. I think it's a Gen 8.
Still
yeah, it's a Gen 8.
Still like DDR3.
Yeah.
These are DDR4 current. Has two 10-core processors in it, so it's a pretty decent server. What I'm thinking what happened is either my SSD went bad, or
probably what it was.
Probably, or
the error that it was throwing.
Yeah, it was like some abandoned file, something. So it's probably a bad SSD, which, to be honest, I did not have the time to test the SSD. My bad.
I think it's still trying to boot, actually.
Probably.
If I'm not mistaken. Man, my feet hurt like a son of a bitch. Yeah, it is. You piece of shit. Eat a dick. Should I now? Bitch. So yeah, huge thanks to John. Thanks for running over here. Appreciate it, man.
I have plenty of extra hardware.
Yeah. And yeah, he came with router in hand. I had to provide the computer, which was old Bessie is getting retired. So I'm taking her out to pasture.
When she eventually boots up in 5 minutes, she just freezes.
Yeah, it's a really old laptop. So I'm going to swap it out for a less old laptop that I have at home.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, welcome to WISP life. Nothing is easy. Later.
Reboot, yes, yes. Only reboot, yes. Replace.
Yeah, yeah.